It's the end of 2014. We're looking forward to 2015. It's been a pretty meh year for gaming, but I don't want to say it's been a good 2014 or anything. I'd just be lying. It's been a year. It has been a full year, in fact. And now we're going to have another year.
365 days.
Yep. And we're about to go through another amount of days.
I'd say this year's been a mixed bag.
Well, that was more like it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this show again. Second year in a row, we have me and Sam here from RedScotGaming, and just to continue this tradition, Lily from Transgamer as well.
Yeah, we'll do that.
That is, we're doing it.
Oh.
Well,
this is not a practice run. I think I put that much.
Do you really think you would have put that much
run?
effort in if it was just a little bullshit play around?
Well, I was coughing through it, so I thought that.
Well, you're going to be coughing through it anyway, so that's Lily. Lily is the one who doesn't know when we're live. Say hi.
We're live, pal.
All right. So, this has been a pretty damn good year for gaming. I think we can all agree. I think we all saw it coming as well near the start of the year. There was a lot of things announced and we were looking forward to. A lot of new things, like fucking Fallout 4. Didn't even see that coming until E3 in July or whenever. So, overall,
I think,
retrospectively,
like
this has been a damn
thing?
good year, hasn't it?
Isn't that a Bethesda thing to just kind of not have a huge build-up, to just kind of go, by the way, there's a new game, 3 weeks later, here's the new game.
It's better that way.
It is, because, well, we'll get into, like, delayed games,
Probably later, but yes, overall, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give 2015 an 8 out of 10. Apart from all the ISIS and the terror.
We're talking about how it was. Damn it. Leave that shit out.
We're only talking about games.
I don't think ISIS play games.
Yeah.
ISIS don't matter in the
and
game
movies as
anymore.
well, like good movies too, but we can't talk about Star Wars because someone here still hasn't seen it. Called Sam.
I tried!
Called Sam.
Oh.
Whatever. I think we've both seen it twice between me and Lily, so that makes up for it somehow.
Yeah, I saw it, and I can talk about this because it isn't spoilers. I saw it once in my local View cinema, which was fantastic. It's a huge cinema, lovely comfy seats, high quality food, a bit overpriced, but that's what you get. And it was all very nice and lovely, and I enjoyed it, very much in 3D, got my lovely Kylo Ren glasses and everything. Then, I saw it a few days ago at a local cinema down when I went to see my grandparents, and it was not all of those things.
It wasn't even Star Wars anymore. Put it on.
No,
it was
it
fucking
was
Schindler's
actually-
List
it
or
was-
something. I don't know.
Yeah, it was Schindler's List in Lego Vision.
References to previous videos.
But no, the Pepsi was flat Pepsi flavored water. It didn't even taste sweet. It was like, that's a hint of Pepsi in there somewhere. The sweets just they tasted dusty, and just they all tasted the same. What colour or flavour they were supposed to fucking be.
Must.
I think even the marshmallows tasted like gummy sweets.
That's not meant to happen.
And the popcorn, how do you fuck up popcorn?
When you're pissing it.
Basically,
Anyway.
I will have a medium bag of salted, thank you, and I give it to you, and it's 80% salted, and the rest is sweet, just thrown in like a lucky dip of vomit. And even the screen was slightly off kilter. It was you could see there was a little bit in the corner where the projector wasn't quite right, and it was just I'm so glad I saw it in a proper cinema.
That's a horrible word.
What? Kilter.
What'd you do?
I don't. Oh god.
It sounds like somebody makes kilts.
I'm a kilter.
Somebody makes
I'm a kilter.
we're proud kilters in this family.
Okay. Yeah, we can't
Yes,
really talk
this
about Star Wars
this
other than
family
that.
is
Other than
full
it's
of-
good and people should go see it, especially Sam here who hasn't seen it yet. Everybody tell him in the comments how he needs to go see it, unless you didn't like it.
This family
fucking
has
100%
been
less Jar Jar
forging
Binks.
kilts for generations. Us kilters are a tough bunch. No, you're not. Every family.
Anyway.
Every family says they're a tough bunch. No, you fucking not. You're probably a stick figure, you little bastard.
Us Hawkings are a tough bunch.
I'm going to move the conversation along here. So, this has been a good year for, as well as games, our channels as well. Like, it's weird to think that this time last year, RedScot Gaming had about 90 subscribers. Then we made Xenoverse videos, and we're wherever the hell we are now. Which is still pretty shit, but it's better than it was, so happy with that.
I can tell you exactly. I have 207, and if I just refresh, I can tell you that I actually have 206. The fuck?
Well, that was a bad example. No, this has been a very bloody productive year for us, and yeah, it's been tiring as fuck. It's been a bit of a downside that for the past 3 or 4 months, I no longer have, freedom in general, which I'm pretty sure is, guaranteed by some kind of international law, but whatever. I don't have free space or time anymore to do videos, ever, so that's horrible.
And the last month I lost something as well. Well, more it was surgically removed.
Oh.
For there's one thing a saying always keeps.
His gallbladder. No, No, I had that removed. That's not why I'm coughing. That's because I'm General Grievous. But, yeah, I had that operation, which means I'm more productive now, except not, because now I've got a bloody kitten to look after. Fluffy
Put a picture of the kitten, bitty. Anyway, I think we'll just put on a little montage of our favourite moments from throughout the year. Especially that Gallic fuck. That's still my favourite bit.
Body change with Gallic.
How dare you enter my sanctuary with a weapon in your hand? Oh, get out!
Oh, there's a man in there. Don't talk to me like that. I'm the man of the bloody house. I'll put you in the washing machine again.
That looks so dramatic.
What are you doing there, buddy? Alright guys, welcome to me 4 Like 1 Let's Play. We're recording on my camcorder. What's going on? What is this?
This is the transforming noise!
It's over 9,000!
Coming this Christmas, the musical compilation of the millennium. The best of Gizmo.
Welcome to the house of fun. Diesel, where's my crisps? Welcome to the house of fun.
We're gonna get the Dragon Balls. We're gonna get some balls. Not in a gay way. Then I'm gonna get my wish to save the fucking day. Dragon Balls.
So, how you think my party is? Good thanks.
Observe the dance of our people.
Observe the dance of my people.
So, here we are. I think by this time my top 10 games list is already out, so you could go watch that if you want. No way near I'm going to go into as much detail as I did there. That was like 42 minutes or something bloody long. Yeah. But we're going to sort of loosely, and in no particular order, go over some of our favourite games from throughout the year. So, we'll start with Lily as our guest. So,
well, this year's been obviously very good for a lot of. It's been better than last year because there's been a lot more stuff. Because last year had some great games, but they were very few and far between. But this year we've had obviously lots of big games that I'm sure we know about. But then there's, of course, we had Super Mario Maker, Splatoon, all these other games, and a game that both me and Sam played, which Stephen didn't, was WWE 2K15, which got a surprise PC release, which surprised me and Sam. Although Sam has now moved on to the next one, which I can't get, you traitor.
Abandoned. Betrayal. Yeah,
I've been abandoned to the realm of the previous game. Curse you. Now I will have to suffer without women and only Hulk Hogan for company.
At least you've got Hulk Hogan's modified bald spot. That makes
that was a
more
thing
happy.
which happened this year. Racism.
Well, with 2K15, I will probably go over this in when I eventually do a top 10 games list. But it's a very, of course, wrestling itself is very silly, but it's still a very silly game. What was the thing that happened with you and Andre the Giant, Sam?
well, Andre the Giant was kind of walking to the ring, and then out of nowhere, the last person,
Out of nowhere.
the last person I would have expected fucking gold dust interferes for absolutely no reason, and somehow manages to pick up a like near over £500 man and just casually throw him into steps.
It's a very silly game with lots of glitches in the PC version because attention to detail. Everybody loves PC gaming, lads.
So speaking of speaking of picking up people and throwing them into things, Xenoverse, of course. I mean, we kind of have to talk about that, given that it was the first game that I got this year. And
Now that you've mentioned it, this video will now get 12,000 views.
Yes.
Just put Goku or something in the corner of the thumbnail, just poking his little head out, just like, I'm relevant.
So yeah, that was an unexpected thing which happened this year in general. It just right. We're gonna get Xenoverse because me and Sam were both looking forward to it. Just look at our last year video of this. It was probably our most anticipated 2015 release. We got it. I got it like the day it came out. Recorded the first videos. Came out the next day or whatever, and then just subscriber count up and up and up and up and up and up, and like 60 billion views. 1,000 views, whatever. And as a result, my audience has saturated the Dragon Ball Z fans, meaning that whenever I do something which isn't Xenoverse, they're all, where's Xenoverse?
And if they're not doing that, it's where's Bollock Talk?
True. But no, that has been, well, just look at my top 10 list. It was my number 2 game of the year. We've fucking been loving it. Just before doing this video here, Sam has just gotten it up for PS4. This whole time he's had it on PC while I've been PS4, so now for the first time we're actually able to play together. And so we just did like 3 or 4 matches, killing time before this recording. You know, it's just a fantastically fun game. And it's just been the source of this bullshit playthrough.
So, to turn the video back to me where it should be, some other stuff has been happening this year regarding me, obviously very slow subscriber crawl upwards, but also, as you mentioned, Sam got a PlayStation 4. So did I.
Oh yes.
Only a little bit earlier. So I'm technically better. Comment section. Hope. But yeah, I've enjoyed the PS4. I got like Shadow of Mordor, Battlefield, a bunch of other games we'll talk about probably later.
Oh, Battlefield. There's a thing which happened this year. That was
yes,
awful. Let's never do that again. Oh yeah, I can't wait for you to get a PS4. Then we can all play Battlefield in a squad and it'll be fun. And oh my god, fuck this game. Why do I keep going back to it?
Stop talking about it. Always goes back to bloody Battlefield, doesn't it? I don't think I can ever get it because I'd pay like 50 quid for the base game, and it's like, oh, you want the DLC? Fork out an extra 1,000.
I suppose we've already since we're talking about Star Wars and the fact that you have a PS4 now, Battlefront. There was another big game that was out this year, and we were looking forward to, and kind of got
we were
gradually
looking
worse
forward
and
to
worse
it less
appealing.
and less.
Yes.
As the year went on, it was like more bad things, like no space battles,
No
very
Clone
limited
Wars.
maps.
4 planets. 5 now, Jakku, but whatever.
Hooray! Oh! You see, we used to have only four planets. There was like a rocky world and a forest world, a desert world, and like somewhere else no one gives a shit about. But now we've added another desert world. But it's different, guys. It's different. Love me.
It has really good skyboxes. Honestly, it's mental. If you've actually, if you're flying around in your ship trying to not get shot down, but just look at the sky. It's beautiful.
Oh, the game is
Explosions,
amazing. It looks brilliant. Like like you said in your top 10, it looks fantastic. It's just a bit bare bones.
Yeah.
In some aspects, but it is one of the reasons I got a PS4. Personally, from last year when they announced it and everything, I was very, oh, here we go. And they were like, oh, it's Battlefield, but with a skin. I was like, but I've never played Battlefield, but still, And then, like, just as things were just going on, I was just like, I'll maybe get it, well, whatever. I just didn't get my hopes up. And then when I got it, I was like, it's yeah.
Kind of good. It's good. I think I was expecting fantastic. I then had my hopes dashed again and again and again to the point where it was like, nah, this is going to be awful. And instead we got, alright.
I think, your hopes were so low it actually exceeded your expectations.
Exactly. And like I said, even my closing words on my top 10, the only real problem it has is that there's not much game. to warrant full game price. You know, it is good what's there, it's just not very much.
It probably should have been about 20 quid.
Almost. It's almost like a really good downloadable only game, or like a free-to-play Star Wars. The quality is too high, sort of graphically and stuff for that, but sort of gameplay-wise, it has the feeling of a kind of free-to-play sort of game. You know what I mean?
That's really not a good thing for it.
I mean, I'm kind of glad that I didn't physically pay money for my copy, because I was trading in, you know, a bunch of old stuff and had a bunch of rare games, and I just like had £130, and they were just like, so what do you want with this? And I was just like, oh, okay, I'll just buy this game and that game, I'll pre-order Battlefront, PSN, woohoo! Well, not PSN, PS Plus. So I didn't physically exchange money for it, so I never felt ripped off.
No, I was fine with buying it, because I kind of knew what I was getting into, and I whatever, it's my money, I could afford it, and I just decided, yeah, fuck it. Might as well do it now.
I've made a lot worse
to see during the year. I mean, that's basically been my objective for most of this year, was to play as many 2015 releases as I could, to then warrant a proper top 10 list and a proper discussion towards the end of the year, rather than, well, I played Alien Isolation, and, like, this free-to-play game, and you know, 2014 was awful.
Well, it fucking was if you didn't have a Wii U, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Because you missed out on Mario Kart and Smash Brothers. What else came out in 2014? Fuck all. I cannot think of it.
HD re-releases.
Bayonetta 2 came out, so yeah. And as such, I'm trying to think for this year. Well, yeah, this year we had, like I said, Splatoon, we had Yoshi's Woolly World is a very adorable little game, Mario Maker, all these little nice little things, but yeah, so it's been good. This year has been good all year round for everybody, I think.
Moving away from AAA titles in the wake of Battlefront and that, kind of going more into sort of smaller indie games almost, the one that I kind of wanted to talk about that neither of you have actually played, but really actually was kind of surprised me this year, and it was on my top 10 list. It was number 3, Life is Strange. It was released throughout the year, different episodes, episodic gaming, that's kind of a very sort of modern thing these days. That was really quite interesting. It was a weird game. I don't know, I would recommend people try it if they're interested, and they kind of just want to play something very story-ish based.
Well, I very much enjoyed The Walking Dead, both seasons 1 and 2, and honestly, the watching the video, I'd heard of Life is Strange, but that's all I'd heard. I just heard the name, the word, Life is Strange. It's a game, and I had no idea.
Same as me until an actual friend had it, like playing a game night, which we have sometimes. Take all our consoles to that and just sit around eating Cheetos and playing games, and he had that on. And I was like, well, what the hell is this? kind of thing. But it just was really weird. No, I definitely recommend that.
Wait, is it time to mention Hotline 2 yet?
Oh, yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, Hotline Miami 2 was probably like one of the games I was looking forward to playing most this year, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've just been... The first one, it just... For a game that seems incredibly simplistic, like the story is addicted and just keeps you wanting to just see how much more
it's just
things
mental.
Get.
It's
yeah.
all.
And it's like where
it
will
is
the
just like an
madness
80s
go?
movie story. It's nothing huge or dramatic or epic. It is just a story about one man, his phone, his animal masks,
and going mental,
and his psyche, and lots of Russian mobsters getting hacked up. It
only gets worse in the second game. I love it.
Yeah.
I've not played it, but I've seen obviously a lot of footage. It reminds me, just because of the how it's sort of done, it reminds me a lot of Grand Theft Auto.
The originals.
Like the originals, yeah.
Yes, exactly. That's like what my first impression of it was as well. And again, that's another indie-ish title, which the first one, I don't know how well it did, but it seems pretty damn popular. I see like it cropping up a lot of the time on sort of other gamers' channels and stuff. I don't know how well received the second one was. A lot of people felt it was too convoluted and too big, but which I kind of felt the same. But it was after I completed it, which Sam, you still haven't, have you?
No, I'm still on
God.
the Sun's mission for like 5 months.
It's like I completed it, and then I went and lay down on my bed, and then just for the next couple of hours I was just sitting there, well, lying there in the darkness, and then just like all these pieces of my mind coming together, like, holy shit, this is batch. Like, you realise, not to give anything away, but when one mission, like halfway through the game, when you're playing as the fans, you're actually in the same building as you are later in the game as someone else when they're on a drug trip, and like you're actually fighting each other but you don't realise it. It's mental. And oh god, like there are actually, it turns out there's dead characters like in the floor in the first game who are characters you play as in the second game, but you would totally just not know it. It just, they're the same player model. It is. It just seems like it's a completely random, just excuse to go into buildings and beat people up. But for some reason, they must have had some kind of like flow chart of what the hell was going on when they were developing this.
The flowchart must have just
They
been
must have planned it all
stupid.
I mean, speaking of like indie games and stuff, I realised I've been paid today, so I've got a lot of money, and now I'm just on Steam right now as I'm fucking recording, just seeing what's on sale. I just found this one game. Was it like Plastic Warfare? And it's like a TF2, but you're the little green army men from Toy Story. It looks adorable. I might buy this while we're recording.
Wasn't there a game like that on the PS1, Army Men,
Yes,
where you were literally playing as the plastic, like green guys against the tan
silly.
army? That was amazing. I love those games.
This game looks just like that. I think it's green versus, I think it's brown, but whatever. It's the same thing.
Okay, I think we've reached the point where we kind of just need to talk about the one game that we've all played and we all love. So, yeah,
Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Fuck off, get out.
Fallout
That's not what the new one's called.
You wankers.
Right, you're back in. What game did you actually mean?
I've already said it, you cunts. Listen, Fallout 4.
Like, we needed to have it said, like, oh, what was that game I really loved? It's glued to your hand. What was it? Oh, yeah!
It's tattooed on your knob. Where is it, damn it?
I've got the disc data tattooed to me foot. 6 foot in console.
Console blows up, severing leg off.
So, yeah, I want to hear from Lily what you started saying earlier about this, because, you know, me and Sam, we were already big Fallout fans anyway. You're a bit more new to the series, so your first impressions on this.
As in, like, I started playing properly earlier this year, pretty much. Like, actually, let me go and have a look when I bought Fallout 3. There we are, Fallout 3. I bought it does not fucking say. Where would it say where I bought it?
This year.
Yeah, fuck it. I bought it this year, like earlier on this year. So, like, you know, I'm fairly new to Fallout. So, like, I mean, Fallout, as I was saying earlier, but it's all been cut, so you'll never hear it, unless you buy the DVD. Don't buy the DVD, it's shit. But, like, it was a complete surprise for me, this game, because I heard about Fallout 4, and I was like, oh, that sounds pretty cool. And then just, like, it was literally, like, a week before it released, I had, like, the months and months and months that everyone else, or however long it was, that people got, like, hyped up for Fallout 4.
Pretty much since July or whenever E3 was, and it was announced.
When they announced it, all that happened for me in a week, basically.
Compressed.
Just compressed.
Concentrated hype.
Just like, oh, someone's like they posted a video with some screenshots on Facebook, and I was just like, because I think it was out by then. Yeah, it was out by then. Sort of, because I got it like a week or so after it came out, and like, I just saw some footage and I was like, it looks pretty cool. I like this sort of thing. It's in it because I liked Fallout 3, but I did prefer Fallout 1 to Fallout 3 because I got all.
We made you play them all, and obviously, yeah.
I did prefer Fallout because I just found Fallout 3 was because obviously it was the first 3D Fallout. You know, there's going to be some things that didn't quite work out. So, but I looked at Fallout 4 and it looked like my main issue was with Fallout 3 was I didn't know where the fuck I was going. Nothing was clearly defined because it was just all the same. Like, you've got a bowel problem, Johnny. Shit green. So I couldn't fucking tell where I was. Whereas Fallout 4 is obviously a lot better in the graphical department. So, you know, I saw it looked nice. You know, the gameplay looked fun. They've got sprinting, all this awesome stuff. And then, like, all the YouTubers started playing it, so I started watching, like, the Yogscast and everyone else sort of playing it, and then I was like, okay, I got it.
Yeah, Yogscast, and who else?
I don't know. I didn't watch yours until after I got the game.
I was expecting it. I was expecting to list off like another 3 or 4 YouTubers before I finally got that out of you.
No, I think I only watched the Yogscast one. I think. Well, I mean, PewDiePie does every fucking game. I mean,
no, we did not mention his name here.
Ew! I'm gonna vomit up my own cock.
You played that game as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, like I seen a bunch of stuff, so all the hype was building for like a week until I went. I've got the PS. Let's go do it now. And it just went down. Just took the PS3, a bunch of my rare games with me, just all the games I didn't want. Just like, well, how much for all this? Oh, it's about 130. I'll take 3 copies of Fallout 4. No, 1 copy of Fallout 4, Elder Scrolls Online, a pre-order for Battlefront, and 3 months PS Plus. And it's just like, yeah, and it just. Oh, how long did I play it for when I first got hours and hours?
Yeah.
I did not. I mean, it wasn't like as long as I probably would now because I was still. This was before surgery, so I was still, ill on and off. So I probably couldn't play for as long as I'd liked. But it was a huge surprise that because I was honestly not even sure I was going to get the game this year. I was thinking if I did, it'd be like, oh yeah, Fallout will probably be a number 5 or something on the top 10 list. But it's let's just say it's high up on the list.
So yeah, that was the Ballad of Lily and Fallout. So
set to music, mainly the Dusty Roads theme. America.
You're right.
My voice had to give out.
Yeah, it's a Fallout game. It's the new generation. Like I said, Fallout 1 and 2, they're the classics. Fallout 3 New Vegas, they were the first gen, the 3D. Here we have it's very Skyrim-y. I don't know why. I know it's Fallout, but it's and not just in terms of the engine. It had a very Skyrim-y feel, I felt. Even just like the music, the lighting, the environment. It's a lot more we're up in Boston. It's a bit more northern. It's not a desert this time around. It's not California or anything like that.
Yeah. It's a lot nicer to look at.
Yeah, and it's just overall, it's just an improvement upon a formula, and which. Yeah, you could get onto games being way too formulaic, Call of Duty, but it's a good kind of formula they've got, and they've just improved on it. I still... I'm not sure how much... Looking back, I still think I prefer New Vegas, to be honest. And that's not to say anything bad about Fallout 4, it's just I don't know how many more times I'll go back and I'll completely replay it. Like, I start new games of Fallout New Vegas every other week,
I mean, that all depends, really, on what sort of...
DLC, actually, there's a point. Yeah.
Now, there has been rumours, and I'd hate to sort of give publicity to false lies, as opposed to true lies.
I pay them little heed. I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah, there's rumours that the next DLC will be based almost entirely underwater, which is basically a huge middle finger to me, so...
Yeah. No, I don't pay that much heed because they found something cool underwater, so that must be
no. I think they found
or was there something more to it than that?
They found within the game they found a harpoon gun which works underwater or something. I think that might be a thing that they might be adding. That's all. I think that's all it is. But I hope it's not true.
They found a rare gun, or was the gun in the game files? In which case,
it was in the game files.
Might have just been cut. It might have just been cut. That's all.
But I mean, there's no. As far as I'm aware, are there any underwater creatures? Because obviously, I don't fucking go in the water. So.
Also, the harpoon gun can only be used underwater.
Or it can be used underwater, but I don't see why it would be if there was no NPCs.
Because they fucking can. I guess whatever. I'm just not paying it much heed. Mainly because I don't know what the fuck they'd be doing underwater in a Fallout game, but that's the point. Because they go in new directions and they do weird things.
Fish mutants.
Like, have we all completed it yet? There's a point. No, I only
No.
completed it last week. Sam?
No, not yet.
No. Oh well, we won't even talk about that then. But yeah, it's
funny enough. The Bethesda games, it's like the story. Like, not that the story's bad. It's just the story is one of the least, the lesser important.
You know what's
things. It's
weird?
more about the experience.
Out of hundreds and hundreds of hours of playing it, I've only actually completed Skyrim once. I think
I've never completed Skyrim.
never. Jesus.
Never completed it, and I've got it right here on Steam, and on Steam I've got 97 hours, but when I had it on PS3, trust me, it was close to like the 300, 400, mark, probably more than that, and I never completed it. I always started new games, just be like, I'm going to be Aragorn this time, and just, like, never, like, I think I only ever got past, like, up to go see the Greybeard once, and then
Jesus.
never went more.
No, I took a while getting around to finishing Fallout 4, mainly because it had the randomly generating side quests, which got a bit repetitive, but I'm still happy they're there. It means you never really run out of things to do for your factions as well. Like for the Brotherhood of Steel or whoever, it was
You just found
go
quests.
kill random enemies in random location and pick up random item in random chest for us. Like, they would just keep getting these missions again and again and again. But it was something
eventually
to do,
it'll be so randomized. It'll be like, go to the glowing sea and fight this army of Deathclaws with miniguns to pick up this plastic spoon.
that we really need this plastic
We
spoon
need that
for
spoon.
our
My yogurt is getting warm.
general. What's his
It's
fucking
just
name?
like this
Elder Maxon.
Brotherhood
Elder
Steel
Maxon
guy.
just sitting in the
Yeah.
command room like, my yogurt is getting warm. Bring me a spoon.
You just like take one of the spoons out of your inventory. Here you go, swats it away. That one is not good enough.
There's a part 2 of the spoon quest.
What do you think about, just to dwell on Fallout a lot longer, I kind of wanted to always have like an actual Fallout dedicated talk show on this channel, but that's for a different time. But talking about Fallout a bit more, what do you want to see from DLC?
Well, I
Assuming there'll be
would love
4
to
packs,
see...
hopefully, if it carries on the same tradition.
Well, obviously, I just got like Fallout 3 Game of the Year edition, so I never sort of could tell what was DLC and what wasn't. But like, I'm just hoping for like I just hope they just beef the game up. They just add a bunch more stuff. Like they add, they triple the amount of like hairstyles you can have and come across, and all the different colours and more armor and more stuff to make the game more varied.
A
So
lot
I
of
don't
that,
see
like hair, colour and
there's that
stuff,
Raider
that's
again.
things that they could probably just add with updates, because that's something Bethesda are actually quite good as. They add more to the game, but not as DLC. They add it as just updates. Like, to give an example, in Skyrim, combat from horseback was added in an update. Before you went on a horse and you just ran around. Now you could actually like pull your sword out or your arrow out and.
I love that. Kind of shows how the state of gaming is. Where like I'm kind of content with for DLC. I'm happy to pay £100 so I can make my hair green.
Yeah.
Just like.
Sam.
But yeah, it'd be nice to just see like more stuff, like more buildings that were just solid, that you can actually now go into. Just stuff that makes the world feel more alive. Because it's a great game that has a lot of good atmosphere, but there's just bits that's like, I should be able to go in that building.
DLC I'd want. Well, fairly obvious one, but I want the Enclave back.
I am totally on board with that, because I fucking love the Enclave, and I want to see what the hell they're doing. Because I assume there must still be some remnants left of them.
Just think what like encountering like a squad of Enclave would be like, but with this new really, just the graphics in this as well. Just imagine what it would be like just seeing all these like plasma fucking bullets going past. I just think it would look great in this new engine as well, just to see like encounter them.
And also, I mean, that's something I actually was kind of expecting that isn't there. It's got the X01 armor, which is the Enclave, the original Enclave power armor from Fallout 2, and it appears in New Vegas. It doesn't have the Fallout 3 one though, which I think is kind of weird, because firstly, that's the Bethesda version, and this is a Bethesda game. It's closer geographically. The Enclave they were in Washington DC. That's like a 20-minute drive or whatever. So, okay, not really, but why wasn't that there? Why wasn't the Hellfire armor there? This is stuff I would hope and assume they would add in DLC, and if it was an Enclave themed DLC, that'd be even better. Maybe you go a little bit north of the border up to Canada, and you visit Enclave Canada division. We are not fascists, woof. Oh no.
But like, I mean, you guys know more about Fallout than I do, so obviously
Yeah.
you can probably say more about what you want. I'm just like, make it bigger.
We start talking about sort of in terms of the lore and the story and what parts you could develop, what parts we would like to see. Like, here's a little thing I've heard rumours of. Well, I know they're true. I just haven't done it myself yet. There's a Chinese submarine somewhere in the game with an actual surviving officer on board. I assume he's a ghoul.
It's just really old. It's just...
He's a really old Chinese officer. And there's something like you help him get the submarine operational or something. So if that's an actual quest, maybe that could lead into DLC to take submarine back to China and see China. I mean, that's something we've been asking for ages, but, we don't really know what they do with it. But obviously, like, China is a big part of the story. We just never really see things from their side. What the hell's going on over there? It'd be a totally new world.
It would be good.
Completely new creatures, completely new environment, completely new weapons.
God, yeah, they wouldn't have. They probably wouldn't have like a lot of the same shit. They probably just have like, I don't know, what animals are native to China.
Pandas, just giant.
It's a rad panda.
Yao guys, the bears, just rabid pandas. No, the only issue with that being Boston's on the East Coast, so it makes more sense to go to China from like California or something. I mean, there's not really much else we could predict DLC wise. I mean, I would like to see New York maybe, just because geographically it's so close by, and it's a major city we haven't seen before.
Yeah, I mean, because the thing is that New York would, in the event of because they even said in Fallout 4, the news guy was just like, confirmed nuclear detonations in New York and stuff, so New York would be like one of the most heavily affected areas, so it would just be like they couldn't really do much with New York. It would be like,
the thing is, you remember DC, the actual main city of DC in Fallout 3, you could barely walk down the streets because it was just, you'd be rubbled up and you'd have to travel through the subway to get anywhere. I imagine New York could be kind of similar, but there could be
a subway.
There could be clear open areas. You've got Central Park, obviously, and that's not going to be too clogged up with skyscrapers. You've got, I imagine you could, whatever, it's a game. Shit, what the fuck's it called? What's the fucking square? Times Square. Sorry, you could have Times Square be sort of your megaton, your Diamond City, your settlement could be there.
Oh yeah, I was just thinking like you could just have like a really good picture of it with like all overgrown and stuff. But then because I was thinking of The Last of Us, they have sort of a thing like that. I don't think it's Times Square though, but it looks similar. They've got like things of anyway. But yeah, like that could be like Times Square could just be a huge, or maybe not Central Park. What could Central Park be? That could just be like.
Well, that could be the wilderness, couldn't it? That could just be where you encounter fucking wildlife trying to eat your face.
Like where you've got to cross over Central Park. You can't go around it, too big. You've got to go through it to get to the other parts of the map. Mm-hmm. You can't cross it unless you're a high enough level, because you'll just get eaten by the air.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the plot could be for sending you there.
We need a plastic spoon.
There we go.
Fucking Elder Maxim back at it again.
Elder Maxim. We've scoured the Commonwealth. We can't find a plastic spoon anywhere.
There's just someone who's just like some vault dweller who's just like, finally, I fixed my power armor. It's just a power armor made of spoons. As it walks, it just clanks together.
Elder Maxim sends squads all the way to
So
like the NCR. They're in New Vegas, asking around on the streets. Do you have a plastic spoon? Plastic spoon.
So basically, Elder Maxim becomes like salad fingers.
Yes, he does.
I like plastic spoons.
I like to touch them.
The feeling of plastic against my Maxim fingers is so fantastic.
Maxim fingers.
Oh dear. So, just to briefly wrap up the Fallout discussion, where could we go from there, even beyond DLC? I've said this many times just in conversations. I kind of want them to do what they did with Fallout 3 and make a spin-off game using the same engine and everything just in the next year or two. you know, still keep it with this generation, so we can have a couple of this new generation of Fallout games. You've got the couple of old ones, 3 in New Vegas. You've got the couple older ones than that, 1 and 2. You know, keep that sort of.
What about tactics?
And then you've
system
got
going.
tactics, which no one cares
No
about.
more tactics.
Hairy Death Claws.
I mean, I heard talk of like Obsidian taking over. Oh, God, hairy fucking death claws. I heard talk of Obsidian, who were sort of made up from Black Isle Studio, who made the original 2 and did New Vegas. They're going to take over like everything on the West Coast, so everything NCR, California, New Vegas, in that direction, and Bethesda will do the new East Coast games, since that's all they've really dealt with. So if that was the case, that'd be really interesting, because I'd want to see another 10 years on top of New Vegas. How's NCR doing?
You want my ideas for DLC? How's about this? Hairy Deathclaw Cliff Racers.
No.
That's Steven's nightmare.
Fucking cliff racers.
Another like sort of where like they did last time. They had Fallout 3, and then like a year later they were like, here's another one. Yeah, that sounds fantastic. I would love that.
Vegas
but as long as
2.
they did it so that it was completely... Well, they'll probably... If they do this, I hope they do it like they did last time, where it's like, Fallout 3, start in a vault, leave vault. Fallout New Vegas, don't start in a vault.
Start in a bloke shack.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they can't do that with Fallout 1 and 2. It's like Fallout 1, start in a vault.
Well,
Fallout
that's because
2,
they're
you
the
are a
main
tribe.
games. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each one starts in a vault. You leave a vault to find... Oh, no, 2 doesn't. Sorry. Never mind. It's not a tradition at all. You lie.
Well, I mean, it is like to go, like, it's sort of a pattern, like, in vault, out vault, in vault, out vault. We don't count the ones that, like,
Aren't numbered.
Shit.
Oh, shit.
Except New Vegas, which is an exception, because New Vegas in Arabic is a number.
You're talking absolute shit. Yeah, I would be totally on board for them doing that, except the world would complain that it's not a real sequel, it's the same graphics. Have we finished talking about the past year? And shall we look forward now?
Oh,
Shall we
next
look
year.
beyond?
Yes.
Alright, allow me to get my list up.
FIFA!
So,
Done.
Lily. 2016 is
getting my
beginning.
list
It has a few titles already sort of announced, and a few things that were maybe delayed from last year, which I'm definitely looking forward to. What have you got on your list?
I haven't physically made a list, but I'm just sort of...
Your mental
the
list.
things that come straight to mind are, of course, finally, Zelda again. I seem to remember last year I was saying something about Zelda, but no, never mind. This year will be good. But I did enjoy Star Fox that came out this year. No, never mind. But
Well, I know you mentioned
Zelda,
this
Star
earlier,
Fox,
and this is definitely on my list as well. No Man's Sky.
and No Man's Sky, definitely. Like, I'm a bit of a Zelda fan, I'm fairly new to it, just like Fallout, but obviously still looking forward to the new Zelda. Looks great, but No Man's Sky just looks so so great. It's just like flying around, you're shooting. They got the big aliens.
I mean,
and they're,
hopefully
like,
it isn't all
generated.
hype. That's the only thing. It seems to promise a lot, but we don't really know necessarily what the gameplay is. We know there's a
One of those
lot of planets. We don't
It's one of those
necessarily know
games
what we're
that's
doing,
like-
though. That's all.
It's one of those games that was announced 3 years ago, and we haven't heard anything from, except for occasionally E3. They're just like, remember this game? Yay!
I mean,
Coming
yeah,
next year,
you hope,
every single year.
you just hope it's not that thing we're just being hyped up so much
Oh,
because
we're
it's been
getting to
delayed
it.
and
We're
delayed
getting
and
to
delayed.
it. We're
And when it
getting
actually
to it.
comes out, it's kind of, it's alright.
It's like The Division has been announced since 2012, and it's just like, come on then.
Yeah.
Where is it?
But no, it
Half-Life
looks
3.
good, definitely, and I'm assuming you'll be getting on PS4. Sam, have you heard anything about it? Will you be joining us in the
If it's
cosmos?
PS4, I might as well. I've got it now.
Yeah.
Literally
I mean,
just got it about a
if-
couple of hours
if
ago.
If the game world is as fucking enormous as promised, we might never bloody see each other in game, but that'd be fun.
There must be ways. There must be ways.
It'd be hilarious if there wasn't. There's
Just like, the
everybody,
developer just goes, "Good luck, shitlords!" just runs off.
every player spawns on a different planet as far away as they can from any other player, and then you kind of have to just find the civilization.
You could build a civilization. If you must be able to build things in that game.
I'd
That'd be
hate
stupid
to
if
think
you
of what the
could. Just,
install
build a
size
country.
is.
God.
Oh god.
Well,
The
here,
update-
basic-
90% of the game is space.
24 days remaining.
basically,
days and 3 whole consoles left.
the objective
You
of
have
the
to
game
feed
seems to
consoles.
just be get to the middle of the universe, and you'll never achieve it. It's basically what the developers have said.
They probably go there, and if you get to it, there's like a thing where if you put in your credit card, it just transfers £1 million over to your bank.
Or there's the giant cat sitting there on a throne of gold who just goes meow and then launches you back to the start again. That's what's at the centre of the universe.
And of course, as it's PS4, it will just say, "Can't record this bit."
It's just that one little centre of the universe, which is the cat. Yeah, sorry, you cannot record this. We have to prevent spoilers. Oh, you watching a video then?
At the centre of the universe is a plastic spoon.
Maxon!
Oh, no, I'm not going to talk about Fallout DLC. I'm just going to mention space travel. There we are.
Well, Mothership Zeta, Fallout 3, been done. Anyway, what else is on the list? Well, here's one for me, which I was goddamn, I was looking forward to playing it this year, but it got delayed over to like February or something. I had a fucking list, I've lost it. I don't have any of my details. But XCOM 2, I mean, that's a... Neither of you two played XCOM, have you?
I have played Civ and I've gotten to XCOM units.
There you go. Yeah, well, it's made by the same people who did Civilization. Tactical, turn-based, squad-based, majigger game, and it's fun, and I like it, because you can name your units, and I call him Sergeant Mittens, and he has a beard, and he's from Norway, and then he dies, and you lose him forever, and he has a little memorial to himself, and I cry.
Crying.
It's a really fun game. I completed it earlier this year. I actually won the game, which is something which is pretty hard to do. I didn't do it on any hard difficulty or anything. Next time I'll try. But, you know, it's kind of very much 50-50. You can actually lose the game and the world will be invaded by aliens. And that's what the sequel is based on. The canon ending is you losing the first game. So now,
when a game is so hard that you just have to make the sequel if you lose because no one will have won.
Well,
except for Stephen when he was shitting while playing the game.
I won the first game after it crashing 3 or 4 times in the final encounter on the final mission. Anyway, but no, this new game, it's like, rather than, basically in the first game you played as this sort of strike force who were basically like the Avengers responding to aliens. You even had your little hover plane thing, which was cool. And you were like responding to alien abductions across the world and like scanning for UFOs with your satellite uplinks and everything like that and trying to shoot them down. In this new game, you're now kind of taking over the role of what the aliens were, and you're the ones who are being sneaky and striking and stuff, because you're like the guerrilla sort of resistance. Now.
Speaking of guerrilla resistance, next year, new home front. You happy about that?
Okay,
Stephen?
we're not talking
Come on,
about
new
that.
fucking home front.
Because the North Koreans are totally going to invade.
The North Koreans have now become aliens. That's just how all the next game's going to be.
But anyway, XCOM 2, I'm definitely looking forward to that. May do a playthrough. Don't know if Sam would be up for watching my ass play that.
Yeah, probably.
It looks like a fun game. What else on my list? Sam, have you got anything for next year?
Embarrassingly not. Still waiting for Half-Life 3. Cry.
Yeah, somebody had to say it. That's gonna be a running joke at every time we do one of these end of year videos.
Until it actually comes out and we don't mention it.
Yes.
We're just going to be like, oh yeah, wasn't there a game that Valve made recently? Yeah.
Nah. Hats the game?
You mean TF2?
That's such a new and witty joke. Anyway,
it is very true. Though.
It is.
I'm on the cutting edge of new and witty jokes. Hey, look at this cat. It says Icon has cheeseburger.
Vintage 2004.
What is my list? Okay, Lily, your turn to talk about a game. Well, I'm still trying to remember which ones were on my list.
Well, for next year, of course, I've talked a bit about No Man's Sky and how awesome that's going to be. The new Star Fox, I'm kind of, it looks okay. Graphically, it's pretty poop, but like it's probably going to be okay. Like, it's probably going to be maybe get to an 8 on the list.
You're,
So I don't-
you're
I don't know.
already preemptively guessing what your list is going to be. I know the feeling. That's what I did
but
last
the
year.
New Zelda, they delayed the game, but they just basically, the reason they said they were delaying it is they said, we were making it, but then we like had this brilliant idea that we're not telling you, and now we have to go and like develop another half of the game. So hopefully that just means the game's going to be freaking huge. And since Nintendo are actually like doing DLC now, who knows? Maybe a Zelda game will have DLC, unless they've had DLC before, and I've just never known. Well, I don't think they would have. Oh, there's another one I'm looking forward to. They got 2 Zelda games next year. We got the new one, which doesn't have a title and probably won't until 5 seconds after it launches. And we've got another HD remake. Twilight Princess HD. Buy the amiibo. Buy it. It stares at you.
And cries.
If its eyes are on straight.
Right, another game I put on my list, which is mainly just as a curiosity, because I know nothing about it, other than I know the developer. They did the Killzone games, which I'm a fan of, and this game looks very different. Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't know if you saw any trailer footage from that during E3, but it's like you're sort of playing as like almost prehistoric
Gorillas.
gorilla people, cavemen type. You're playing as like this Ygritte from Game of Thrones caveman lady with a bow and arrow, except it's set in the future and there are giant robot dinosaurs all over
That
the place.
sounds brilliant.
I have
Everything
no
I
idea
gave
what it's
it.
about.
I've not seen this.
It's
I'm going to
go look for a
now.
trailer. It's like the trailer shows like it's post-apocalyptic. It goes all I Am Legend, like New York
God, that's
is
getting popular,
weedy
isn't it?
and gone. Except it's set so far in the future, people are back to like, primeval, prehistoric kind of tribalism.
Oh, like the hit movie Battlefield Earth.
Yes, except instead of what's his face as an alien, it's giant
John
robot
Travolta,
dinosaurs. Yeah.
Well, you're still learning how to spell your name.
Yes, memes. Yeah, it just looks interesting, and I think I'll get it because it looks interesting. I know nothing about it. And it looks like a pretty game. I'll give it that. But there's no Helghast, so that's a down point. Maybe there'll be an Easter egg Helghast somewhere. Alternate costume.
Because for you, there has to be a Hellgust for everything.
Yes.
Oh, of course. There's
Well,
a
it's
white
made
guy
by
with dreads.
Guerrilla Games, the same company,
I'm just watching the thing now.
Woo-hoo.
who make
Oh,
all
yes,
the
I
Killzone
believe I
games
did see a
and
thing
nothing
about
else.
this. Okay, so there are robot dinosaurs.
Yep.
Okay, sure.
And now-
What are you hunting them for? You can't eat them.
Yeah, it's a good question.
Vintage
But
plot.
yeah, that looks fun. That looks definitely pretty fun.
Also, no idea what the name means. It's just like they got this bag of cool words which they use for like any video game, and they kind of just do a lucky dip. Horizon Zero Dawn. What?
Could have easily just been
Blacklight
mega
Retribution.
alpha.
I mean, I think the same thing they did
Whack.
for the last Killzone game. Killzone Shadowfall, Mordor of Shadow,
Penises.
modern advanced war shooter words.
Zen Pinball 2. And the only 2016 game I know is Doom.
Dude.
Oh yeah, there's a new Doom. I haven't even played the last one. I was thinking about getting it, but I just figured like, what's the point? It's just going to be a generic FPS with like monsters, I bet. But who knows?
But
I'll see.
It
what I
looks
feel.
gory
Doom
and
Fri-
it looks fun, and for some reason that makes it controversial. Because gory,
like
fun
no game's
video
been
games
gory.
are controversial now?
No, because nothing's ever been gory. Oh dear. But like,
No, it isn't. What are you talking
okay,
about?
technically, we're still holding out on a PC port for WWE 2K16, and if we get that, I'll actually be able to play the damn game. Because I'm not getting it on console because I can't fucking put my own music on there. Grr, I'm angry. Why do you limit the consoles? But yeah, apart from that, there's nothing else really I'm thinking about for next year that I haven't mentioned.
Yeah. Well, the last one I'm looking for, which is so far looking to take the Fallout 4 of next year, Mass Effect Andromeda. They're making the new Mass Effect game, and this makes me very, very happy. Or maybe very, very sad. I don't know.
Depends if
It
it will be
depends.
good. I
Well-
still need to do that. I've got Origin now, so I can just like buy them all when I want, but I just realised if I buy them now, I will not play them for about 2 years.
No,
So-
you buy them now, and then you start playing it, and then you don't stop playing it for a month. Or you do what Sam did, and start playing it, and then I go around to his house, and I kill some Krogan guy because he can't, and then I don't know what happened after that. I still think Sam's had time to play it since then. But you were liking it, weren't you?
I was liking it, yeah.
Yeah.
Just that bloke who was like charging like a gorilla, it was really irritating. it,
Like a big space gorilla.
it was
a big space gorilla.
a big space rhino gorilla dinosaur.
Rhino, gorilla, turtle, dinosaur with a little bit of bat, actually, in his design, because I read so in the Mass Effect art book, because I am a huge fan and I have things like that. So yes, I am very looking forward to this new one. Not that we really know what it's about or anything, but Jennifer Hale was in the trailer, and that's awesome, even though she won't be in the game because everyone's dead, probably. That's why it'll make me sad. But we shall see.
Who's that? No,
They're all dead! In fact, that was one of the endings. So
spoilers.
sucks to be you if you of the multiple endings, everyone could just die. So yeah, maybe the game's carrying on from there, and all it is just empty space and the camera just panning over that for 100 hours or so.
Mass Effect Empty Space Shadowfall Dawn.
I was going to say that sounds like another one of those names.
Atomic Black Shadow Warrior, the Descent.
of the man gorilla.
The man gorilla. That's like an extra level of testosterone. One more than we needed.
Yeah. But the whole thing's taking place an unknown amount of time past the trilogy from the last games in another galaxy. It's taking place in the aptly named Andromeda Galaxy, which is our closest one to the Milky
I don't know
Way.
much about Mass Effect, but I just thought, how fucking annoyed would you be if it's just like, would you want to transfer your Shepard over from the last game? Oh yeah, and you do it. It's like, 10 minutes remaining or 20 minutes remaining. You just sat there just like, oh, I can't wait. And it's just like done, and then it's just like 300 years afterwards, it just shows your corpse. Well,
what? Just to spit in the eyes of all their players? That's a nice thing to do.
I want the
you wait
current
while it
gen
transfers.
Rampage game.
Okay, we're changing tone here.
Yeah.
Yes, why not?
Needs to happen. It's a
that was the fucking monster one, wasn't it? I don't
yeah.
know.
It's where you basically
Yeah, that was the one.
mindless but fun.
I had that on PS2. I think there was a version.
Yeah, and I want it now. I don't know what
Sure.
made me bring it up. I just thought of Battlefield and then Debris and then Big Monsters.
Bloom. There needs to be more Bloom.
Oh fuck!
All games.
What is it? This new tradition of games having like coming out Bloom everywhere.
Bloom.
it's because they realised,
Disco.
shit, we can't make these graphics any better.
Easy.
Just
Bloom!
Floating car.
obscure the vision.
Yeah.
And then it just show a clip of like our fucking playthrough where
Just-
I just
just-
go.
The whole Battlefront video, where it literally is just blinding.
Yeah, the Battlefield or the Battlefront video, both were like that.
Oh, I'm not going to start.
Blinding. I was born
Burn in the fires of Bloom.
So that's what we have to look forward to next year, anyway. So I guess this time next year we'll all be
Half-Life
together
3.
again, and we'll be talking about Half-Life 3, of course.
And of course, the new Zelda, which won't be delayed again, because if it does, I'm going to be a little bit disappointed and then throw my handkerchief on the floor. That wasn't the floor.
Yeah,
Or throw your
see
shoe
what
at someone.
happens.
My shoes are metal. I'm not going to do that.
Makes it
So-
even better.
So, and to our audience, what you can expect from Red Scott Gaming what you can expect from Red Scott Gaming the next couple of months. The continuation of the Xenoverse playthrough, which you bastards have been asking for again and again, which I do really appreciate, by the way, but stop asking. It will be continuing very soon. What else have we got? XCOM 2, when that comes out, maybe we'll start doing some of that. We've got to carry on with Fallout. We'll have more videos.
I very
and
possibly
stuff.
maybe doing more of another horror game.
Oh my god, I was only joking when I said that, but oh my god, if you do, that'll be awesome.
You want me to do Until Dawn, don't you?
Yes, I do. the one of the two PS4 games you got today.
And it turned out to be a
happens
fucking
to be a
horror
horror
game.
one.
And I'm like, you know
Yeah.
what? Please just get me something like. Get me into Xenoverse and something happy buys me Until Dawn.
Do your parents even know games, or is it just like, oh, we'll just buy him this? No, we'll just fuck with Sam. We'll buy him the least suitable game that he would want to play.
It's that people know it's like horror games. You don't go well with them. Let's fucking buy him one.
Let's fucking buy it then.
Get Alien Isolation. That was still the best game. From last year.
No.
Has that got multiplayer?
No, I don't think so. Which would be a shame, because that'd be hilarious, doing multiplayer through a room and then just going, okay,
'cause,
Sam,
like, you
you
can
stay
be like, oh my
here.
God, there's a
I'm
blip
going to
round
be
the
very
corner.
loud
That's you.
and just like loud and bang here, and I'm going to run away and leave you. And then it
So
eats your
you
face.
turn around the corner. Oh, there's a blip. Oh,
I need to
you.
play that game again. I loved it. Anyway, so I guess that's the end of this video. We've talked about everything we needed to, so thanks for y'all being here, and thanks to y'all watching.
Yo.
Motherfuckers.
YOLO watching.
And of course, Happy New Year, I guess. That's a thing.
Oh, who gives a shit?
We coming for you? No, we're not saying that.
Alright, see y'all later. That's me saying my last words. You too.
Hulk Hogan.
Send me money. Send me money. I've got nothing. I've got nothing on it.
No, I'm not going to say it.
Get out my pub, you slag.